Angel, the long-awaited spin-off to Buffy the Vampire Slayer, is finally on British TV. But has Channel 4 sucked the life out of it?
We've warned them before. Mess around with cult TV shows at your peril, but they wouldn't listen. Channel 4 has been deluged with complaints about the scheduling of Angel, the dark and violent spin-off from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. The fans say the show's been cut to ribbons to fit what they believe is a totally inappropriate early evening slot. And like Kate Watts, they're furious.
Listen, I'm going to tell you a story. There was once a TV series from the dark side, loved by viewers across the land. But there were forces out to destroy it. Not demons or blood-sucking vampires. Far more sinister than that. It was the Channel 4 schedulers. Angel is violent, it's dark and it's scary, hardly suitable material for 6 p.m. viewing. So you can imagine how horrified fans like me were when we realised that Channel 4 was so determined to show Angel before the watershed, it had cut the programme to fit the slot.
I think the cuts undermine continuity. I think the cuts will spoil the programme for viewers because they want to see the full vision that the writers and the directors had.
Has anyone seen my car?
For example, in the first episode, Angel stumbles across a pair of vampires terrorising 2 girls, but we don't actually see the girls being attacked because part of the fight scene has been cut out. So when we suddenly see a close-up of one girl with blood pouring out of her head, it doesn't make any sense.
Go home. Thank you.
In the second episode, one fight breaks out when Angel's psychic Cordy is verbally abused by a man in a bar. But the verbal abuse has been cut out, so when we hear her next piece of dialogue,
did you hear what he just said about me?
We don't know what she's talking about. I feel that by making cuts like these, justice hasn't been done to either Angel's sophisticated plot or stunning visual effects. The first episodes of Angel are the least violent in the series. I dread to think how much will be cut out in future programmes.
We have to follow the ITC regulations, and I can assure you that the cuts that have been made in the main for violence.
All this cutting is rather surprising, considering an interesting pledge on Channel 4's own website.
Channel 4 does not itself edit any of the acquired feature films that it transmits in order that a film can be fitted into a particular time slot.
It's a pity Channel 4 can't afford the same dignity to television programmes.
I think there is a hint of desperation there, and that they've just picked on the first thing they could to put up against The Simpsons. It seems like a cynical ploy to grab ratings. If Channel 4 wanted a programme for this slot, they should have bought something else.
In the US, Angel goes out uncut at 9 p.m, so that scenes like this are not shown to younger viewers. In this country, it is being released on video next month with a 15 certificate. Angel is obviously made for an adult audience. And ironically, even when it's cut, there are still violent and disturbing scenes which are worrying parents.
Channel 4 controllers are being totally irresponsible. I walked in on my youngest son watching it. He's 8 years of age, and it was disturbing for him and very much for me that it could be shown at that time.
Angel, in my view, is one of those rare series which appeals to both an older and younger audience. Channel 4 has made minimal cuts to make sure that it can be viewed by all of its fans and not just some.
This is not a minority of cult viewers. There are a lot of angry people out there.
At the end of the day, there will be some fans out there who will be disappointed with the cuts that have been made. That's unquestionable. But I have to please everybody, and I think I have pleased the majority of people. I'm sorry I haven't pleased you.
Putting Angel on later would have given fans like me a chance to see these vampire tales at their gory best, without upsetting younger viewers. I think Channel 4 should now atone for its sins and change its schedule. After all, everyone knows vampires should only come out at night.